Hey guys, what's up? It's Snake here, and we're back with Shadow of the Colossus. This is going to be the second episode in my series of Colossus boss battles. So this will be the second Colossus, of course. And as you see here, we're going to raise the sword up into the air to let the sunlight show us where it is, as always. And it's going to point in the northern direction. Actually, we're heading directly north, just above the shrine. We're going to make a U-turn as soon as we exit the shrine. Head up, and there's going to be a land bridge to the north, and there's actually a land bridge to the north, and just to the left of it one that heads west, so you got to make sure you're on the right land bridge. And of course you'll know as soon as you get to the end of the land bridge, because right here we're going to come across to the end of the northern land bridge, and there's going to be a cut scene right as we get to a fork in the road where you can either go left across into the plains or right down into this sort of canyon area. So as you can see here, we got the cut scene, and it's going to pull down to the right, and you'll see that cave right there, and that cave is actually where the Colossus is going to be at. So we're going to follow the path all the way down, which cuts down into the canyon, and then we're going to ride back over to the edge of the land bridge right where we saw the cave. And as soon as we get there, of course, we get the second cut scene introducing the Colossus as he breaks through the wall. And something I didn't talk about in the last video, but all of the Colossi have different animals that they're supposed to symbolize or look similar to. Obviously, the last one was a mythical creature. The first Colossus looks more like a minotaur with his club and everything, and this one looks more like a cow. Now, as you saw, the secondary weak point on the cow Colossus is going to be the bottom of his feet, so you're going to need to break out the bow and arrow in order to hit him there. You can do it on your horse if you want to, but it works just fine running around on your feet, because obviously you will have to get to the back of them, because just like cows, they lift their feet up, all four of their legs up backwards. So that's how you'll have to shoot at the bottom of their feet. And it just takes a little bit of patience and practice, because obviously you're going to have to shoot before they move their foot in order to hit your target. Now, like I said again, these are the secondary weak points. This particular Colossus has two primary weak points for the normal version and three primary weak points for the hard mode as you play through it. So once you shoot him in the bottom of the foot, he's going to go ahead and kneel down, and you're going to run around to the front of his knee where you have some hair to grab a hold to and climb up. And the first thing I do, obviously, because you're going to climb up his back knee, the first weak point I always go to is the tail, and it's right there on the tip of the tail. If you're still running around with your bow and arrow, this is an important thing to remember, not just for this one, but for all the Colossi, is if you have your bow and arrow and you're by a weak point, it will not shine and show you the insignia, because you can't hit it with the bow and arrow, or you can't stab it with the bow and arrow. So it actually will not show up. So you need to make sure you switch back to the sword before you start going and stabbing places. Now, after you get through, finished with the tail one, you want to run across its back, jump over the vertebrae on its spine, and get to its head right here. Now, the tail one's pretty easy. The head one, he does shake his head, so there's a little bit of a difficulty to it, but really, even in hard mode, it's not that much of a problem. Now, like I said, in normal mode, he only has two primary weak points, which is the tail and the top of the head. So at this point, if you're playing normal mode, you should be done. But of course, if you're playing through hard mode, like I am now, you're going to want to come down, and on his left side, in between the two middle vertebrae, you see it's right there at the center. And of course, you probably noticed that on your way up as you were climbing him, if you came up on the left side and had your sword out, because it glows. It glows even if you're kind of close to it. You don't have to be right on top in order to be able to see the insignia glowing. And then once you have that, that's pretty much it. That's going to be all three of the weak points for the second Colossus. And all in all, this is obviously a pretty simple Colossus. It's going to be the second one, so it's not as simple as the first Colossus, but it's nowhere near as difficult as any of the ones we're going to get to later. So that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope this was helpful. And don't forget to like or favorite the video or whatever else you can do on YouTube. And until next time, guys, peace out.